What's up, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trusting you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber. Again, guys, welcome back. Well, Deion Sanders at his Celebration Bowl pre-game interview where he talked to the media. He cleared the air about the situation of him leaving Jackson and why he has no regrets. So if anybody still out there has your feelings hurt and upset, some of the stuff he said, should remedy that. Before I even get into this video, I want to say something real quick. Regardless of what he said he was going to do, regardless of what he did when, he left, and regardless of what anybody feels, this man right here is still a man. He's still a human being. A lot of times we get caught up so much in our own self-interest and how we think things should go that we forget that the person who we want to do something is actually a person and not a thing. And in this interview, he cleared the air on a lot of subjects. And I'll leave I found a really good article where, they talked about a lot of stuff in succession, so you didn't have to go through the whole interview. And he said some very powerful things, and I respect him for that. And I mean, if anybody with any type of rational thought, you got to respect him too. First thing he did was this. He said he did accomplish what he said he was going to do. He came there and gave Jackson State a good name, built the football program up, took them to bowl games. Like today, in an hour from now, the bowl game starts, which I'll be watching. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there in my comment section brought up, that were upset about it, about, hey, he said God told him to come here to Jackson, and then he up and left. He answered that too. This is what he said. He said, over a series of events, I guess from him being there for a while and the frustrations building, he said he went and talked with God. And he said he talked to the Lord, and the Lord told him, okay, it's your time to depart. But one thing he said that was very, I ain't gonna say it was funny, but it was very telling when he said, it's funny how when God told me to come here, everything was okay. But when God tells me to leave, you don't want to believe that, and you get upset. He was like, my God ain't supposed to explain himself to you. And I felt him on that. Another thing he said was this. He said it was instances where fire alarms would be going off, like 3 in the morning and not shutting off, messing up the athletes or the students' sleep, So, I mean, I'm not saying that was the reason he left, but he said, I guess it was ongoing for him to bring it up like that. Another thing he said is he felt animosity, and this is key, guys. He felt animosity building in the conference. Meaning, the way he said it was, he said, when you start winning and you start dominating, eventually it's going to turn on you. And I felt that. How many times we watched the New England Patriots when they was the newest thing in the Super Bowl? Yeah, the Patriots did it. Then after Super Bowl, after Super Bowl, after Super Bowl, you get tired of seeing the same team. Then you start hating the Patriots. Remember that? Same thing as what he was saying. But what's telling in this is, he said that, oh, well, you can hear the whispers. Oh, he got 4- and 5-star recruits. Yeah, that's Coach Prime. He can do that. Dismissing him as a coach, but more of a personality is a reason why for his success. And, that would take a toll on a person, too. That's nothing but hate and ignorance. Like he said, he felt animosity building in the conference. Other coaches, other schools. Like when he walked on the field and players from the opposite team, F you, Coach Prime. Yeah, bitch ass nigga. What are you talking like that to that man for? What kind of stuff is that? You know, only in that kind of type of conference, you know what I'm saying, would that be allowed. If that was a Power 5 school, it'd been all over the news. Well, it was on the news, but it would have been serious ramifications for that. So it's like, you know, supposedly it was crime up there. A lot of y'all say something about you know, the situation with his car being broken into and his office being broken into. That alone to make an average person be like, you know what? I don't even want to deal with this no more. You know? So you gotta understand something. Another big thing, he cited some big things. He cited student safety. He cited increased enrollment. You know, he wanted to go somewhere where it's increased enrollment. Campus safety, he talked about. And I feel him on that. You know. Then he also went on to talk about himself. And this is the part that I think was really telling. And like I said in my other videos, I think it was a clash in personalities. You know, and a lot of change wasn't going to be accepted so easily. You know, and a lot of times that's ego involved. You know, especially dealing with men. And I'm just talking to men. Men right now can understand what I'm saying. You know, when you go somewhere and you've been the big dog for a while, or you hire somebody and you think that, you say you hire somebody for a specific job, but they're visionary. They have vision. And when they get there, they start not only improving with the job they told you, but they come to you about how we can improve as a whole. And instead of seeing it as a blessing, a lot of people look at it as a curse. You know, and I think that's what the problem was. Sometimes you can't deal with people that's smarter than you. When it's the opposite, you should surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. So as they elevate and you catch on to them, your intellect will elevate too. That's what I think the problem was. It was a battle of egos and got nothing to do with the school itself, the structure of the school itself, the buildings. It's just what was being over there, what was over there, and what was being ran. You know, somebody get upset about what I just said right there because they can't see through what I just said. But anyway, he said, listen, I'm all about change. In my life, it's all about change. When he talking about change, elevation, moving forward, doing what you have to do so later on you can do what you want to do. He said when he was at Jackson State, it was bigger than football. He said, I'm a damn good coach, meaning football going to take care of itself. He said, but I want it changed. He named other sports. The baseball team, all right. Is this all right? Is that? He wanted the campus as a whole to come up, just like the football program. A lot of campus dysfunction is what I get from this thing. His big personality when he went down there was taken as arrogance. And I can understand, because sometimes when Deion Sanders talk without knowing the man and really looking through his words, you can get caught up in the surface, you know, without knowing how deep the water is. And I think this situation is a perfect example. Guys, I'm going to tell you something in life. For every person that hates you, there'll be 2 or 3 that love you. And another thing is, not everybody going to like you. You know, I've had an outstanding pouring of support on my videos and my channel, and I appreciate and love every one of you. And I try to give you the best and the honesty, you know, my best and honest self. But, you know, can't please everybody. I get some comments, people say crazy things. I ignore them. Because in life, you either do or you do not. And not everybody's going to like you. And it's not your problem or my problem to find out why. You know, you just keep moving forward and you do what you got to do in life. And that's what this man is doing. You know, he also said, yeah, my sons are coming with me. You say, what you think, I'm going to leave and my kids don't go with me? We're a family. So that right there will dismiss all of this silly talk about, are they going to go, or one of the sons is not going to go? Cut it out. That man his son going to pick that school over his father? who helped him get up to the status he is to go to that school? Use your head, people. He gonna pick a college over the blood, over his blood. The greatest man in his life, he gonna turn his back on a university that virtually showed him the door in so many ways. You gotta be smart. Sometimes we get caught up in the hype and forget the reality. Deion Sanders is all right in my book. He gonna do all right in Colorado. He gonna bring something big. Because all this drama and all this intrigue, there are people out there that stand with Coach Prime. You see them on my channel and you see them on other channels. And they far outweigh the detractors. You know, I'm watching it. Y'all are watching it. Recruits are watching it. I wish Coach TC the best at Jackson. You know, because I want him to do good. Prime put him in the position and nominated him. I want him to do good. But I'm really anxious to see what happens when he leaves the SWAC after the day with this after this bowl game. Another thing he said, and I thought this was really telling, and I'm gonna say this in closing. The man said, and I don't quote me on how he said it. I'll leave the videos for you to see it in my description box, and please watch it. The man said, "It's not my aim to have a tombstone in Jackson," meaning I didn't come here to just coach Jackson forever and die here. And I give him a lot of credit, and this is one of the things I like about him. He don't directly come out and say names and all this stuff, but he still speaks classy and, you know, respectable, while still getting his point across that it was some flim-flammery down there where he was at. That right there, I give him mad respect and salute. I'm Stock Market Steve. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's root for Deion and support him going forward in this bowl game and in Colorado. And I'll see you guys in the next video.